Dark testimony, an Avenue story, a brilliant defense attorney's world implodes when mysterious recordings expose his buried connection to a ruthless crime syndicate, forcing him to navigate a maze of moral compromise where every truth revealed could be his last. The weight of justice pressed down on Samuel's shoulders as he paced before the jury, his closing argument reaching its crescendo. "The evidence speaks for itself," he declared, voice resonating through federal courtroom 3. "My client's innocence is not merely probable. It's a crackle of static cut through the air." The courtroom speakers hummed to life, and a distorted voice filled the chamber. "Tell them about October 12th, 2016, counselor. Tell them what really happened at the Monroe Street warehouse." Samuel's pulse quickened, but he maintained his composure, years of courtroom experience kicking in. Judge Pierce's gavel crashed down as bailiffs scrambled to locate the source of the intrusion. In the gallery, Victoria Stone sat motionless, a slight smile playing at the corners of her mouth. Later that evening, in his office 40 stories above the city, Samuel's hands trembled as he played the USB drive that had appeared on his desk. The same distorted voice emerged from his computer speakers. "Remember the documents you buried? The ones that would have sent Victoria Stone to prison. Time to pay for your sins, counselor." The recording continued, revealing details only someone who had been there could know. Memories flooded back, the warehouse's musty air, the stack of incriminating financial records, Victoria's smooth voice offering him a choice that would change everything. "Make this go away, and your career will flourish." The right choice is rarely the easy one. He had been a struggling public defender then, drowning in student debt, watching guilty men walk free on technicalities, while innocent ones languished behind bars. Victoria's offer had seemed like justice of a different kind, a way to finally do some good, even if the methods were questionable. The next morning, Samuel arrived at the courthouse early, his usual preparation ritual disrupted by paranoid glances over his shoulder. Judge Pierce was waiting in his chambers, face grave. "A package arrived for me this morning," the judge said, sliding a manila envelope across his desk. "I thought you should see it first." Inside were photographs, Samuel accepting an envelope from Victoria 7 years ago, the warehouse documents burning in a barrel, a younger version of himself shaking hands with figures he now recognized as syndicate members. Each image was dated, cataloged, damning. "I've spent my career building a reputation for integrity," Pierce said, his voice heavy with implication. "I won't let ancient history tarnish that." Samuel understood the message. The judge was offering him a chance to withdraw from the case quietly, to preserve what remained of both their reputations. But withdrawal meant his current client, genuinely innocent, would likely be convicted. Another compromise, another stone added to the weight of his conscience. Back in his office, Samuel began pulling files, digital breadcrumbs from years of cases intersecting with Victoria's interests. Patterns emerged, witnesses who changed testimony, evidence that disappeared, judgments that defied logic. He had been so focused on individual trees, he had missed the forest of corruption growing around him. His phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "Tick-tock, counselor. The truth wants out." Victoria Stone appeared in his doorway like an apparition, elegant and deadly. "You seem troubled," she said, closing the door behind her, contemplating a crisis of conscience. "You've been watching me all these years," Samuel said, the realization settling like ice in his veins. "Everything I've built, every case I've won, it was all part of your plan. You're a tool, Samuel. A very expensive, very effective tool. Did you think your meteoric rise was based solely on talent?" She placed a fresh USB drive on his desk. "Tomorrow's revelation will be particularly interesting. Unless, of course, you remember where your true loyalties lie." Samuel stared at the drive, then at his reflection in the window. Beyond the glass, the city sprawled like a circuit board of light and shadow, each point representing lives affected by his choices. The weight of 7 years of compromises pressed down on him, threatening to crush what remained of his principles. His phone buzzed again. Case files from his public defender days, encrypted and anonymous. Within them lay the seeds of Victoria's empire, the truth he had helped bury. One forward to the Justice Department would start an avalanche that would bury them all, himself included. In the gathering darkness of his office, Samuel faced the choice that had been 7 years in the making. Continue playing his part in Victoria's grand performance, or tear down the elaborate stage they had built together, even if it meant being crushed by the falling pieces. The cursor blinked on his computer screen, waiting for his decision. In the reflection of his monitor, he saw not the celebrated defense attorney he had become, but the idealistic public defender he had once been, still believing justice could prevail over power. His fingers hovered over the keyboard as sirens wailed in the distance, a reminder that in this city, truth and justice were commodities, and both came with a price. The end.